just for the record, the Cinematographological Podcast does not condone any of the actions that Harvey Weinstein did. He was a bad person. He clearly abused his role and power in film and leveraged it to get insane amounts of pussy.
Oh my god. That's our song. Thank you, Steven. Welcome back. Cinematographologically speaking. Let's go. This week.
How long's it been?
Oh, yeah. It's been a long time. I think it's been, I don't know, a couple weeks, maybe a month. We've been real slacking lately. You know, we got a lot of stuff in production. We're cooking up a lot of stuff, so we're real busy. John and I have been flying back and forth to the Balkans, doing some stuff on site, and it's just been kind of hectic. But here we are. What are we watching? What did we watch? Scream, 1996. Wes Craven.
Could all of our Indian viewers please give us a big scream?
Yes, shout out to India and Pakistan. Our video on YouTube just hit 100,000 views.
And Peter Miller, if you're listening right now, Peter Miller, rocks out to you.
Yeah,
man.
rocks out to Peter Miller, man. Great comment on our video. And a huge majority.
I love the time that he put into that.
Majority
I really
of those
appreciate
views are
it.
from India and Pakistan. So shout out to our Indian and Pakistani brothers and sisters on the subcontinent we all know and love. So, Scream 1996. You know. So the idea here is, right, it's October, and our plan is to watch one genre film and one actual film.
Hold up.
And that was a mean joke.
Holy crap.
We're going to watch a genre film,
Holy
classic slasher,
crap.
and then we're going to watch a different scary movie that's a little more in line with
You got a lot of flack for this film that is basically just a Hanukkah film.
Okay. It only took 10 seconds. Anyway, so
Look,
this one Scream. Do we agree on what the next one is? Or am I like psyoping it into an existence?
I don't remember.
I think you're kind of psyoping it, but I'm okay with it.
I don't remember what it was.
Antichrist.
Oh yeah.
So I think,
I'm with it.
I think we plan to watch Antichrist.
It's obviously a psyop.
Yes.
But I'm just gonna say that I'm okay with being psyoped in this case.
Okay, perfect. That is also called agreement. So
Another psyop.
Psyoped again. Anyway, so yeah, we watched Scream.
Look, can I just say we picked this movie based on the fact that most of us, besides Troy, who spoke too late, hadn't watched it, and it just happens to be Oh, you haven't watched it before?
No.
Okay, then perfect. We just happened to pick like the meta horror film, like self-aware thing.
We knew. Steven and I both
did we
know. Or
I
Steven
knew
and I
there was something to it.
Yeah, we knew there was
that.
some kind of
I didn't know
meta
how
element.
much. I did not know how much.
Yeah,
and how
yeah,
obvious
me
and how
neither.
on the nose it was gonna be.
So
yeah, I thought because I had no idea, and I just thought as soon as we started watching, I thought that it was gonna be like sincere attempt at a horror film, you know.
And
then
I wish it was that. I thought that's what I.
It definitely was
watch.
the first quarter.
Well,
the first little bit.
It definitely
scene,
spirals out of control. But
I
still
mean,
think
that first scene was an attempt at horror. I mean, obviously,
Well,
they're
it is, but they-
self-referential things.
The whole thing-
It's the only
like-
part I got scared at. I'll tell you that.
Well, it definitely is also trying to be a legitimately scary movie, but also these other things. I don't think it's like trying to be a comedy or some like real meta film.
Okay, I mean,
Anyway, we'll talk
maybe we
about it.
disagree
I think
about
it's
this.
trying to
I
do
thought,
all
I
three.
thought,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah. I mean, I thought,
maybe too much.
Yeah.
Anyway, so and also part of it was like why we chose this is we wanted to watch like a classic slasher or horror or whatever, but we've all, or at least I have, seen all like Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, the various other things, and Scream.
I've seen none of them.
Scream was surprisingly unseen by all of us. Okay, anyway, so opening thoughts. John, you're up.
So I don't know, it was a fun movie. There's things about the movie I definitely liked. I felt that a lot of a large chunk of the movie is supposed to be funny, and I found quite a lot of that funny to be unfunny. And then I thought that sometimes when it was trying to be funny, I thought it was pretty funny. But a lot of the time, I don't know, this kind of like, I feel like this, I feel like it's a very 90s, like late 80s and 90s movie thing, like where you have like this very like ironic tone or whatever, and like self-aware, blah 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 blah, and as like kind of half comedy, half serious or whatever. And yeah, I feel like that sort of thing is usually pretty hit or miss, and I found that a lot of the movie was miss. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know, it's still a fun movie. Like, I enjoyed watching it. I like I always enjoy, what's his name? He's one of the killers in the end. He plays like Shaggy or whatever in the live action Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
I forget his name. He's good. I like him. Just every time I see him, he's always funny. I like him in what's that other movie? Oh, it's like a classic.
Well, he's in Twin Peaks: The Return.
Oh, he is. That's true.
His name's Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he does a good job. He does a good job
Lillard.
in The Return.
Mm-hmm.
What was his name again?
Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard. But yeah, I mean, in general, it's like it was a fun movie. But I was kind of either annoyed or just bored during chunks of it. Yeah, I was thinking of She's All That. I like him in She's All That. That was
I've
funny.
never seen
But
that.
yeah. Anyways, there you go.
I've never seen her. I mostly agree. I think I think a lot of it did miss, like the jokes or whatever, and I would say like the horror element, I basically became totally unscared halfway through or so.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't even scared, like there wasn't even a tension for me anymore, but I was still kind of enjoying it. Like,
Sure.
Even though I wasn't like worried anymore or even laughing, I was still enjoying it. And it definitely has to do with the setting. Classic horror movie does a really good job. Slasher movie does a great job with like this small town setting. It was so fun just like being around, they go to the VHS store, so fun, I thought that the opening scene was actually, I mean, I don't think her acting is that good. What's her name? She's super famous. Drew Barrymore. I didn't think her acting was actually that good, which is kind of funny. I don't really know how she blew up in general, but regardless, I mean, I thought the scene was really good. Like I liked the idea of beginning with something insanely intense and like basically this whole subversion of expectation that is, oh, she might get away. Is she going to get away? Is she not? But then as it goes on, you're like, oh my God, people are already dying. What the fuck? When the dude's guts are like all slashed up,
Yeah.
And you're like, oh wow, okay, so people actually do not get away. Like that was like kind of the vibe I was getting, So I was like, figured she was gonna die. And then you have this super corny thing where she's like trying to reach out and talk to her parents, but she can't. She's like, she's like, Mom, Dad.
Yeah.
It's all so over the top, but it did get me with a few jump scares. I wasn't like terrified or anything, but like the chair coming through the window, I was like, what?
Oh yeah, that was good.
I was like, oh my God. And just in general, I was kind of shocked by the gutted boyfriend, I was like, oh shit, the stakes are real. Yeah, but ultimately it was not very scary. But definitely entertaining. Yeah. I'll just say that.
Yeah, this really defied expectations for me. I thought coming into this that this was going to be a pretty one-dimensional little slasher. It was going to be fun and comfy. But I'll tell you what, it was trying to do a lot. And that's cool. And they made it entertaining for me. It had a whodunit aspect, a twist, some self-aware, some slasher. It had a lot going on. But ultimately it was just fine. And I don't have very resounding reviews for it, but I can understand, like, it feels like a time capsule a little bit, and I think I like that aspect to it.
Yeah, I like it is very 90s feeling, and I like the small town vibes like Steven was talking about. And I also do like that beginning scene. I was actually like impressed with it. I didn't find it like super scary, but I was impressed. And maybe I should be impressed because I knew what, like the popcorn. The popcorn was like, I found that whole thing to be impressive because I found myself I kept thinking about the popcorn and the burning popcorn, and she just ignores it, and I'm like, you know. And I was like, oh, this is pretty good. Like, I'm pretty, like, you know, wound up.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I agree. I think it's trying to do too much. I wish it had been scarier. And there's definitely, what I never experienced was boredom. There was always something going on, and I liked that pace. I was worried that, I felt like in the beginning, I knew, you know, the girl, in disagreement with Steven, I feel like you know she's going to die because like horror movies always pretty much start out with the killing. But when it went to our girl and she's like in town and at school, you know, I was thinking, oh, nothing's going to happen now until the next night, and like this just keeps dragging on. But then, whoa, you know, she gets attacked at school and, you know, stuff like this. But for a significant portion of the movie, I was pretty agitated. Like, I was pretty annoyed by the characters. Especially when the movie seems to be like trying to position itself as it's going to have realistic, self-aware characters who aren't going to fall into like stupid horror movie tropes, but they do.
Yeah.
And like, but the film seems to imply that they're not. And like, I found that kind of agitating, and just the characters in general I found kind of annoying. But I did like the primary performance from the actress, and the twist was pretty fun, although like I feel like you kind of know already for sure that Billy is like, you definitely feel like Billy's I mean, the first scene you see Billy, you hear, you know, Oyster Cult singing "Don't Fear the Reaper," and he's obviously a psychopath. Like I feel like the movie tried to put in these ironic little touches like that song when it really was just like super heavy-handed. Yeah. Anyway,
well, this is
the irony, but I feel like the irony and all the self-aware stuff was like way too heavy-handed and like significantly undercut the scary, like what was supposed to be scary.
Well, that's what I thought. Okay, well, first of all, I think that I don't think it's obvious that he's the killer, because I thought that what the movie was gonna do is this really heavy-handed. He's obviously the killer, and then it turns out he, like, I thought that the movie kind of set up as like a running joke that he is so scary and you think that he's the killer, but like, and then they just keep reasserting that he's a psychopath, and then he just like ends up not being the killer, you know. And I thought it was going to be like I thought at the end it was going to be like whatever. And I think that it more obviously sets up like her dad to be the killer, like especially with like motive wise, it just like starts all coming together like near the end or whatever for like why her dad would.
But also, I don't see how you could say that it's obviously Billy, because are you saying that when he got stabbed in bed, as they're after they'd had sex, you're saying that you still thought it was going to be him?
The stabbing was surprising.
That was like the whole defying of any red hair, like, like, and then they wanted to twist it again, you know?
Yeah, okay. The stabbing was surprising, and I did at that moment switch to it being the other male character who's also like, you know, we've just seen a bunch of. But I was feeling like, you know, I was 10 layers ahead of John, thinking that it all happened too fast, right? He gets ruled out in the eyes of the audience with the phone call made to her while he's in jail, right? And so this whole setting up to be the killer and surprise he's not the killer, this is all happening too fast. He must be the killer. But then when he got stabbed, I was surprised.
Well, hold on. No. I thought the whole, what I'm saying about the joke is that after you have this whole phone call thing, is then he comes in again and he acts all creepy and they have scary music and they do this. And I thought it was a whole joke that like he appears to be so obviously the killer, but is not the killer. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
he's like, You don't seriously think it's me, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't seriously think I'd fucking kill you, do you?
Yeah, it just drove me crazy because I felt like yeah, it just made me mad that like the characters, mainly her. Well, I don't know. I like okay. First of all,
Well, she's undergoing extreme psychic turmoil because she accused someone who's not even guilty of murder.
yeah, but she is not acting like it, dude. That's what I kept thinking.
You're right. The entire world isn't acting
the
like
higher
it. Dude, no one's talking.
Dude,
about it.
that's what I kept thinking. Is like this is the most, not just insensitive, but like non-understanding group of people I've ever seen on the screen in my life. Like multiple classmates are getting killed. You know, all this stuff is happening, and they're like, "Better go to school." You know, you know, and the
president gets killed.
The principal gets killed, and they all go, "Let's fucking go!" You know, and they're just like.
It feels very 90s teen.
Yeah, it's just like no one, and her friends are like, her friend is like terrible. Like, why the hell would I care about her friend? You know, her friend is like basically evil, and like, you know, totally insensitive. Blah blah. I'm like, oh, go to the party, come on, you know, like. Yeah. All this stuff, and it's just like
she was literally
the
deputy.
The deputy is
driving them there. He drives them
there. He leaves. You know, he does all this stupid stuff. He falls for this obviously conniving bitch reporter who ends up being, you know, kind of a hero. And it just drove me crazy that all the characters, and dude, this girl was like literally almost brutally murdered. And the next morning, you know, she's like, you know, I just don't really know what to do. Like, let's go shop. Like, let's go to the grocery store. I don't know. It's just so weird, you know? And, like, it's like, what? Like, it just drove me kind of crazy that no one was responding to the insane circumstances. And she keeps talking about, like, she's all traumatized, but she doesn't look it at all. She looks like the only close to reasonable character, and she's still, like, out of her mind going to this party. And everyone leaves, and she's like, oh, yeah, I'll go upstairs with you, you know? You know,
let's go have sex.
Let's
go
have
that whole sex
dude,
thing
and the sex
became
thing
so
is
crazy.
The sex thing is so annoying. Like
it's so funny. It's a political agenda. Let's be honest here. You know, they're gonna have so she's allowed to not be a virgin and save the day, like, and live.
Yeah,
because we're they're breaking the rules. We're getting into the 2000s.
Yeah, it's the new millennium, baby.
New world.
No, yeah, the boyfriend wanting sex. I don't know. It kind of drove me crazy how obviously evil he was, both in atmosphere and behavior. Like, she's almost brutally murdered the night before. She thought it was him. All this stuff. Next day, in the hallway. So why won't you fuck me? You know, like, so come on, I want to fuck. And she's like, she gets mad. She's like, I can't imagine you talking about this. But it's like, I don't know. It's just so insane.
Well, that's why I thought about after like the first couple scenes, I thought that the movie was basically meant to be a comedy. Like, I didn't think it was supposed to be scary outside of like jump scare based like scares, you know, or like gruesome, like, I don't know, just like thriller like mechanics or something. Like, outside of that, I thought that it just was supposed to be a comedy because it's like so obviously, which is like, I don't know. Another part of this is like, or maybe, I don't know, this is just something else I was going to say, is that I was going to agree with Troy earlier about like the not liking the characters. I found all the characters totally unlikable. Like, I didn't care about any of them like in a serious way, because I found most of them like the only I mean, I guess our girl is like
our girl.
I don't know. You feel bad and whatnot, but like I feel like Dewey is the only like morally, like, you feel like, okay, yeah, he's got a good heart or whatever, and it's like totally like overdone to a certain point, and then he's just a complete idiot. Like, he doesn't even do anything actually useful.
Yeah,
or good the whole movie. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's like the only morally defensible character or something, or like the only person that you're like made to like because they seem genuinely good in some sense, is made to be a complete idiot, you know?
I think Sydney's more likable than you're making her out to be. I mean, I
said Sydney's fine. Yeah, I said Sydney's fine.
Yeah, Dewey doesn't end up being useful in any situation.
Yeah, I thought that he was going to end up like doing something good, you know?
Good. Yeah, Dewey literally is just an idiot the whole time. leads to her being in more danger than she should be, and then just like gets stabbed.
Yeah.
What a loser.
Well, it's his gun, so you know.
Oh, so true.
Yeah, true.
He had the wherewithal
True,
to bring
and
a gun.
she and the reporter, the boss bitch,
Gun delivery system.
gets a hold of the phallus and takes on the role of the law and order in the whole system, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The social order.
Dude, I hate the reporter. She's the worst.
Well, she's
Like-
actually right the whole time.
Well, dude,
yeah,
I
she's so based.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
she's
at the
actually
end,
so
crazy
based on
thing.
actually after the truth. What are you talking about, John? She's saving an innocent man's life. He's on death row.
No, you're right
No,
that
no,
I
no,
hate her
no,
in the
no.
way that we
Shut
hate
up.
her as Sydney.
no,
Okay,
yeah,
go on.
she's such a bitch.
yeah.
Kind
This will
of.
be good for my ratings.
Oh yeah, that was
No,
like,
yeah,
the whole-
yeah.
the
No,
whole
she's
constant spiel
totally
is of, like, boss
unlikable.
bitch.
Even if she's pursuing something, she's like I don't know,
Girl
she's-
boss.
Yeah, she is total girl boss.
She is a girl.
I do
boss.
like
Dude,
the way
the-
she bosses around her cameraman.
Dude, okay.
And he seems to like it a little bit.
Yeah.
He's
The
down with
one-
the...
Next time I say move, you get your slobbering, stupid
Tupperware,
face.
fucking fight over here.
Yeah, there was-
you fat piece of
There definitely was like
you
a
fucking,
weird.
you bloody.
I was also gonna say earlier that the I like the way that the thriller like when you get really into the I don't know, the opening scene, whenever you enter a scene like that, I don't know, it's basically whenever the camera suddenly switches to like a super wide angle lens,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's got like this crazy like barrel distortion where the ends like start like really
Oh yeah,
like
there was
the middle of
crazy
it is, like,
warping
super
in the opening
bulged.
scene.
Yeah. So I was gonna say that all those sequences are like they look really good. Like I feel like
Yeah.
the people making the movie definitely like they clearly have like an understanding and like are skilled at like the craft of like making a thriller sequence, you know? Like
Yeah, like
and
they-
I don't know. I felt like that was definitely one of the things I certainly enjoyed about the movie more.
I would have rather seen that movie. Like, because I
Oh,
was
yeah.
really impressed
I
by the way it looked.
totally agree.
And it felt, and quick side note, all the houses look really good except the final house. Like, they all look like houses
Dude,
I want to
dude,
live in.
that's so true.
such awesome houses,
Such awesome
man.
houses.
Wait,
great
even the
interiors.
last one's cool.
I don't know. It's
Last
kind
one's
of, it
cool.
looks haunted.
Well, there's a killer inside.
Yeah,
so.
so true.
Yeah, but
The
I understand.
But I want to say, well, yeah, John, you're saying you took it as like a total meta film, but it's like, but it's not funny, and it's also not.
Well, no,
it did-
it's trying to be funny all the time, though. I felt like even when it's trying to be scary, it is
When
also
the
being purpose. Like
principle-
they know that slasher films are ridiculous, so they're like, well, let's make it super ridiculous. And even when it's scary, like the killer is like tripping and stuff and going, oh,
yeah,
don't,
yeah.
like, doing, like,
the
Homer
killer is
Simpson.
tremendously ineffective.
I think you stabbed me a little too deep.
I
Yeah,
like
it says
that.
something like
The
that.
ending,
I like-
I love when the two guys
like
are doing
that
all
part
this
too. Yeah, that
stuff.
scene-
Yeah,
I thought
I
the
liked
scene
it
was
too, but I mean, it was
I
obviously
couldn't stop.
trying to be
I
kind of
couldn't
silly
stop
too.
thinking about funny games during that part.
When the killer is on the hunt, he is tremendously ineffective. Like I kept thinking every
Right.
time they're like right there, and somehow they don't just get
Well, dude,
stabbed.
they're-
like
they're
it's right,
pretty
like
good-
the
they're pretty
knife, he
good
just
at-
holds his knife like this as he's fighting, like, and then he gets kicked. in
Dude,
the
how
face.
about how ineffective every person is? What?
Yeah.
How come no one is willing to? When he drops the knife on multiple occasions.
Oh, yeah,
How come
no one's
nobody,
willing- yeah.
Nobody goes toe to toe. No
Yeah.
one's like even when they're trapped, even when there is
In the
no
garage.
getting away.
She
Yeah,
opens
just, like,
the
just
fridge,
go
hits him on
for
the
it.
ground,
Yeah.
and he's laying there.
Yeah.
Knife drop, just
Yeah.
start kicking him in the head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's so
I
ridiculous.
felt like the killer was pretty good at killing a lot of the people except the main character, except the main girl.
He was really bad at killing the blonde girl.
Yeah, blonde girl.
That was really pathetic. She actually could have beat him.
Yeah, if she just
She only
yeah.
dies because she tries getting through the cat door.
Yeah, it's such
That's
a bad
true.
idea.
Or the dog
She didn't.
door or
I don't
whatever.
get why she didn't even try. And open
That's
the
true.
garage
I
door.
forgot that was pretty bad. But he was good at killing. I think everybody else except for the weather lady.
Well, they didn't even try
what's
and
her
kill.
name?
Oh wait.
The-
Oh yeah. What did he
well,
do? He was a shooter in the head.
Yeah, but that was after
Yeah.
he'd already
Yeah.
been stabbed,
He's been
right?
demasked.
So he's
And
like,
then when
all
they're like
crazy.
talking to her, they didn't even kill her for starters. While also sitting there not killing her, they just kept their eyes off the other
Yeah.
people that they were supposed to be
Yeah, for a
capturing.
master plan,
It's like,
it was pretty.
and then the worst part of all this was, well, two things. One, the car scene was really bad when he had the knife, and he could have just fucking stabbed
yeah,
her in
he
the
gets
throat
in the
from the
trunk.
behind when you went through the
Look,
trunk.
this
But
is-
the worst one was when they're in the camera vehicle. What is that
Yeah.
called?
Camera van.
And the camera van, and she
News van, sorry.
news van.
Vehicle. Automobile.
I believe it's called a car.
And so she like locks the door and then goes out of that small hole in the back or something. But then he manages to get through the door somehow. But then instead of going back out the door, he then goes through the small hole again. I don't know if you
Yeah.
caught that.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
But
No,
that
I
was
mean, there's-
really
see what
ridiculous.
you
stuff
don't
like that
get.
all the time though. Like
What no one here seems to be talking about is that it's clearly all a metaphor for her like trauma and her contending with the past, right? So it's like chasing her and following her every footstep.
Oh no.
You know, when she's in the bathroom and the dude's, you know, like it's like he's in the bathroom with her apparently or whatever,
Yeah.
you know? That, and it's all right after she was hearing crazy shit about her mom, you know, because she's
Yeah.
like listening in on the two mean girls, and they're going like, "Your mom raped and was murdered, but she probably liked it." You know, it's like just
Yeah.
ridiculous things that no human being would ever just say, you know, unless like they're trying to be super funny, you know. Anyways, yeah, so that was just like her trauma following her, you know.
look, that may be
Look, that's true.
Yeah, that-
what's
yeah,
that?
So you
Okay.
like that kind of stuff.
Boots
Wait,
in the
wait.
bathroom. Sorry. Okay.
okay. Wait, hold on. I just want to say this one thing. Really, let me just say this one thing.
This is one
It's
thing.
Just
one
one
thing.
thing. Okay. I mean, everybody's talking about the clumsy murderer, all this stuff. I just like to point out that, I mean, this might just be obvious, but this may not be obvious. I think that this is totally, you're supposed to be like, oh, he's so dumb. Oh, he's so bad at killing.
Yeah.
Oh, why didn't he just do it? Why did-
behind
yeah, it's the whole look behind
Look
you thing.
behind
Like,
you.
and this is why I think that it's totally, even when it's scary after the first like couple, the first murder and the first like murder attempt or whatever and all this stuff, that it is just totally supposed to be funny because it is so. It's obviously ridiculous and it's supposed to be ridiculous, and the only like sense of tension that you feel is only in relation to like this very shallow sense of like somewhat humanness that some of these characters have, and like just the potential for violence or something like that. Like it has nothing, its attempts at being scary and serious scary rely entirely on like thriller, like cold thriller mechanics, and I think that the people making the movie know this, like, and that they're just trying to make something that's funny that also kind of gets you a little bit going a little bit, but like they're not being sincere, I think, in any way.
Well, then it sucks even more.
Yeah, I know.
I'd rather think it was like trying to do a layered thing where it's this, but it's also legitimately this, right? Like,
But
it's a
dude,
it is a scary movie, but it's also kind of a meta lens and all this stuff. But it like
No,
fails.
I
subsequently at each
think
level.
I think with just how unlikable all the characters are, this whole thing about like nobody in the world takes the situation seriously at all that you're bringing up, like all of this is just it's 100%. It's a full blown parody movie.
Wait, but
I feel like.
isn't that like how every horror movie is though? Like every slasher film, like all the kids are super fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
know,
trope.
but this is like there's like multiple points in the film where it is making fun of the idea of this happening, and then it does it anyways, which is like it's being like, look, we're a satire, we're gonna do what the bad movies do, haha, you know? Like I don't think it's
Yeah, I think that's true.
like
I think
yeah.
the first 15 minutes though are them brandishing their guns and showing you that they could make a legitimately scary movie, but they're not gonna.
Sure. I mean,
Yeah, I wish they
I'm down.
had.
I'm down with that. But I mean, I would have rather. Yeah, I would have rather
In a
have
Hanukkah
watched
film.
an entire film of the first scene, as Troy said.
I thought that's what we
before.
were gonna get too, and I would say I know we didn't obviously, but I kept hoping that these were just gonna be scenes where they're at the school, okay, whatever, setting stuff, and then the next night there was gonna be another period of time like the first scene.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
what I kept thinking that we were gonna have this like '90s ironic detachment movie, whatever, haha, funny, nobody takes seriously, and then suddenly we're back in like the real
Yeah.
serious mode, which I think that it kind of does a little bit, like I was saying, like with the look or whatever. Like suddenly,
Yeah,
it
when she's
suddenly
home
feels
alone,
as
when
though,
Sydney's home alone.
huh?
When Sydney's home alone getting attacked, it's not as good as the opening sequence, but that's
Yeah.
like a pretty unironic.
Yeah, it was like legitimately kind of scary.
Yeah.
Or like trying to be.
Yeah, yeah.
No, sure, yeah, but I'm saying as the film goes on, it becomes more and more ironically detached to the point where it like doesn't. I mean, it just becomes a comedy, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's a point in the movie where they stop trying to make anything serious. But then I don't know. I guess the last scene where you've got them, like the two guys or whatever, and they're stabbing each other and stuff. Like I don't know. That scene was legitimately like pretty. Like I don't know. They did a good job of like really seeming insane. You know.
Yeah, I like their performances were really good, all sweaty and bloody, and I love that.
Yeah.
I think one of the funniest things is that they actually use the scream dagger, and it looks so fake. Like anytime they kill someone and they do a close up or you see the blade, it's like so plastic,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
It also makes the sound of a collapsible blade.
Yes,
every time
you can
they-
hear.
I didn't even.
You can
notice
hear
that.
the collapsing
you can
blade.
hear
I
it.
thought that was insane.
Why? That they would just do
Well,
that?
I don't know, because I mean, the collapsible blade thing is not new in any sense,
Yeah.
and yet this is probably the first time where like you can hear it making the noise in a scene
kinda
where
awesome.
it's not, where it's meant to be real. You
Yeah.
can hear the
Kind of
or whatever it is. That was crazy. Maybe you can't hear it in reality, and they inserted it.
Oh no, yeah, it's fully 100%.
What?
100% it's added. No.
Oh, that's crazy. I was taking
Yeah.
it to be like
That's
they
so
picked it up.
awesome.
Oh no. It's totally intentional.
and
It's because
then-
it's
and then he
loud.
al- he-
it's like
he always-
super
Yeah, it
loud.
is. I thought it was so weird.
He always cleans the blood off.
Yeah.
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 It's
that's
so
pretty funny.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It just seemed like it was going. If it was supposed to be really funny, it wasn't funny. If it was supposed to be scary, it wasn't scary. And like the meta reveals nothing. It's just like meta just to show it can be.
Yeah, it's just
And it
it's
felt
pretty
like kind
empty.
of,
It's like all the characters.
kind of Reddit or something,
Yeah. If they had made the final scenes as intense as the first scene,
Mm-hmm.
it could have been super hype,
Dude.
As in,
Yeah.
like you just would have, the meta commentary would have stood out more because it'd be like, look, we're gonna show you all the tropes, we're gonna understand all the tropes, you're gonna be aware of all the tropes, and yet we're still gonna get you with those same tropes.
Yeah.
But no, they don't get you at the end,
Yeah,
right? They
it
don't
would've
get
just
you
been
because it's not
funny
really
games.
scary.
Like a little Club Silencio setup. It could have been great.
No, it wouldn't be funny games because it wouldn't just be
No,
abject
it would have been Club Silencio.
despair. It would have
No,
been
Club Silencio is
more like
better
Club
reference, yeah.
Silencio,
Club Silencio.
but
I'm
but fright
surprised.
version,
All
jump
right.
scare
That's-
version.
This
That's
is
such-
officially Mulholland Drive podcast.
I'm surprised that there's such an ironic film became such a cultural landmark. Like
Dude.
the amount of scream masks I've seen for like for my Halloween school costume
Wait, you're
time.
surprised that this ironic of a film?
Oh, I thought when I was
feel like
like,
that's,
because
like,
it's such a
the
cultural like
status quo.
icon, and it's like this. And then when I was a kid, we were like, dude, Scream is so scary, and I was like, I didn't watch it or anything, so I just thought it was just some, a regular scary movie.
Yeah.
To put it terribly.
It's the highest grossing slasher film ever.
Really?
Adjusting for inflation. Dude, you should read the Wikipedia. It like hails it as significantly innovative, which maybe it was, because like they talk about how before Scream,
It was made before It was made before Funny Games.
It was made.
Who ripped off who?
Who ripped off who? It was. Maybe you've thrown me. Before this, right? You've got Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween and stuff, but they talk about how this film is notable for like the first horror or slasher kind of genre horror film to cast already famous people, whereas before it was always nobodies.
Oh,
And that was innovative, as well as for some, I think probably like following a female protagonist as like a primary protagonist led to it being like one of the first horror movies with a notably sizable female audience. And like I've read elsewhere that there's something about it that is like it appeals to a female audience, very unlike the horror films of its time.
I think there's also some quality where the killers being just two typical Joe Schmo high school white dudes. One's a pretty boy that looks serial killery. You know, I can't help but think about the 90s. For the viewers at home, could you please just shield your ears if this is trigger warning for Columbine. I'm thinking of like this sort of fetishization though. I think in the 90s that had of like
When's Columbine?
that we still. I don't know, but I think it was in the 90s, right? Or
well, it was,
like
but
that.
I don't know. Hold on, I got it.
But regardless, the point being that there's, and it even still exists to some degree today with the Santa Barbara guy, but this like fetishization of like the high school weirdo, but like pretty, but like is a psychopath, you know?
Yeah.
That like other slasher movies had not capitalized on yet.
Wait,
Yeah,
when
they were
when
almost
was
like
the movie
Jason
Heathers
and
made? When
Freddy
was the movie?
Krueger.
Yeah, they're
Heathers
always
made?
like they're all
So-
these like in fucking insane fuckers with crazy origin
Yeah.
stories like that are just absolutely psycho, but
And
not these like Joe
supernatural.
Schmo, supernatural, right? Instead of just like, you know, some psychopathic.
This is
You know,
pre-Columbine.
Hold on,
high schoolers.
Heathers. Have you seen the movie Heathers?
No, I've never.
No,
heard
but
of it.
that was also famous and
I have.
important, and I don't think. Look, it's not like this is the first to do it,
Yeah.
but this is a horror movie to capture it and capitalize on it.
Heathers
is
is the
pre-Columbine.
original Joker movie.
Columbine's 99.
Unironically, like
What?
it's got a guy who
No.
talks like the Joker, and he's like,
They're all They're all
Society.
popular, cool jock kids. Anyway,
What?
wait. Are you saying like one of the characters is Joker-like, but they're all like popular chads?
no. I know. I'm not, the comparison is not direct. I was just making it as like the guy in Heathers is somewhat outcast-ish, but not like maybe he's a little more punk. He's a little more punk. But yeah, I guess this is like, I mean, yeah, I would be surprised if there's not another example of like the football team kills girls or something like that, you know, like, or like you know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
feel like-
I think. Well, no, I'm not saying Scream is the first to do it.
Oh, sure.
But you can tell that from look, you pulled a movie that's from 1988, and Columbine happened soon after
99.
Scream or whatever. You know, like there's clearly this zeitgeist of the 90s era, millennial era, that is this like psychopathic high school kids killing people. I definitely think that there's something about that, and I don't think that like, I think if you rewind the clock and look for art and film that tries to depict that much, I bet you'll find less and less of it as you go further back.
Okay, yeah,
I think
that's-
that like
yeah,
the
that's
90s
totally,
era
yeah,
was the thing.
I'm down with that. That's probably totally true. I mean, I feel like it's also, actually, never mind. I don't even know what I'm about to try
Breakfast
to
Club.
start to say, but I'll think about it.
I didn't want to bring it up, but is anyone going to mention the fact that the movie ends and they essentially, the mask is taken off and it turns out to be someone they know, and it's Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
And then they have this then they run away. Like then they have this chase around the house, like with the the
going
footsteps.
in the doors.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, there is an insane amount of doorways. Like everyone's
Yeah.
just opening doors,
Yeah,
closing
exactly.
a door, locking the door, running into the next door, closing the door, locking the door.
Yeah, they should have called this movie Doors. Also,
Yes.
John, speaking of parody, this movie's original title was Scary Movie.
Screamer.
It's called what?
Scary Movie.
Was it really?
Pretty sure.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so much better that it's Scream.
Yeah, the
Oh my
original
God.
was
Scream's a
Scary
far
Movie, but
better
it's funny
title.
that then they made Scary Movie, right? Which is literally
Right.
parody films. But yeah,
Right.
guess who renamed it from Scary Movie to Scream?
Hanukkah.
Brett Weinstein. Not
Did
Brett
he
Weinstein.
actually?
Harvey Weinstein.
Brett Weinstein.
Dude,
Was he like in high school or something, right? He comes in, he's
I
like,
didn't know he did that too. That's epic.
Yeah, Brett and Sam Harris. No, Harvey Weinstein.
Sam Harris walks in.
Actually did. You actually did?
Yeah.
Harvey?
Yeah.
Damn, Harvey.
I think so.
Look, he made.
I'm mostly making this up. Hold on,
Good
hold
job.
on. Now- oh wait, yeah. Okay, the Weinstein.
Just for the record,
the Weinstein.
the Cinematographological podcast does not condone any of the actions that Harvey Weinstein did. He was a bad person. He clearly abused his role and power in film and leveraged it to get insane amounts of pussy.
Oh my god. Nothing was even bad. There was no implication of the opposite until now. Anyway, God. The Weinstein brothers are responsible for the name change.
Yeah, dude. You know what I thought when I was watching it? We watched the first scene, you know, and then suddenly it's like boom, and then it's like new woman, new girl or whatever, new story. I thought that it was going to be like all of these just single night like women getting murdered.
That would be awesome.
I know. I was stoked for that.
That'd be really cool.
I thought that was gonna be so cool. But then suddenly when her boyfriend comes in and then he's just like, "Why won't you have sex with me?" I was like, "Oh no, this is going downhill. Like this is not the movie I hoped it was."
Yeah, it's crazy. It's funny that like 90s movies, I feel like a lot of 90s movies, or at least the way 90s depicts what it was like to be in high school, you know?
Yeah, it means
in
you're
the 90s?
insanely hot and 24.
And that you're super like not sure about having sex.
Yeah, sex is always...
Even though you're like super atheist and stuff, and there's no way you're religious or anything, you're like super
Dawson
like
Creek.
confused about what to do sexually.
Yeah,
like, they're always like the girl is always like, should I just don't really know with him, and it's like you have like no other like they're going out to parties and drinking and stuff, like you have no other morals. Like,
they're like drinking and driving and stuff and like
yeah.
Well, this isn't even that like super cinematically exclusive. Also, I like that he's like, I want it to get, you know, R-rated, all this stuff, but then he's like some over-the-clothes stuff, and she's like, yeah, okay, you know, very small town vibe. But I mean, isn't that like, it's still sort of a thing, like in Utah.
100%.
Where some of us are, where like there is like a super relaxed attitude towards like things that are like debatably worse, like, you know, drinking or partying or like doing various things, but they still take sex and virginity like really seriously.
Yeah, that's
right.
That's
As they should.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. No, I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't seriously. Though I made the drinking and driving joke earlier, I did not find that to be like totally weird. But I mean, it as like a 90s, like in general, like a 90s phenomena. Like, yeah, that's
drinking and
definitely
driving?
true.
Well, yeah, that was
No,
before.
just-
That was
just-
before all the
just
drunk
cruising.
driving propaganda.
No, just the 90s in general about the
What?
whole sex thing. Like they're all like in every teen show they have like this crazy deliberative moment, you know, where the usually the female character is like, should I don't know, I really want to, and then they almost always do, which is where the propaganda gets you. They're never like, you know what, no, I'm gonna have resounding convictions towards my morals and I'm gonna not do it. They're always like, should I don't know, and then their friends like, it's normal to be like concerned, but like you should just do it, and then they do it.
And it's like super epic and cool. In
Yeah, and then they
this,
have
you get
insanely
killed
awesome
though, but then
sex.
you don't actually. You become
Right,
a
and
hero.
then
The rules.
in this you experience no punishment. In fact, you overcome your trauma.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. I started cringing when she was like she started doing the voice on the phone.
Oh, that was
Yeah, that was so
so
funny.
bad. It made no
I thought it was
sense.
so- I thought it was so funny though.
It's so insane.
Did you
It's
you notice
so-
that
it's so girl
when,
boss, though.
when she went to attack him, she actually put on the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
so like
She's donning
Oh
the
my
phallus.
Yeah, well, and then the only death that happens
So
on
true.
screen, the only death that happens on screen is the girl boss with the gun that wasn't wearing a mask. I guess.
Wait, she doesn't die though.
Dude, why couldn't Dewey
when
save
she
the day?
shoots the
Oh, she kills the dude. Yeah.
Look,
yeah,
look,
that's the
she
only
does
death
nothing-
that happens.
nothing,
that-
nothing
without
against
a mask.
nothing against like the woman saving the day at all. But like whether if Dewey was a woman, you know, I'd be down with that too. But I wanted Dewey to like save the day, you know. Like I felt like
Yeah.
because he was
Yeah.
just
Well,
as I
'cause
said
Dewey is
before,
us,
he's
that's
the
why
only
we
like
want-
good person on screen. Huh?
So true. Dewey is us.
We
Yeah,
are
Dewey is
we are
us.
Dewey.
You're literally Dewey, John.
Well, actually, Troy is that guy who likes the movies a lot. I
Randy.
thought about Troy
Randy?
so much every time
That's
Randy was on the screen,
terrible.
he was like,
That's
"Dude, how is that terrible?" He's like, "Don't you watch the movies, man? That's you."
Okay, maybe a little
And the whole like watching the movie as they're watching it, he's like
Here's the rules.
Guys, here's the rules.
No,
Not that you would do that in the middle of a movie, but that
Troy's
you would
done that
prefer
to
to
me
continue
before.
watching the movie than drive to the campus and see the principal's corpse.
because the movie's more real than, or just as real
Holy
as.
deja
Oh my
vu.
God.
Whoa, I just got crazy deja vu.
You
Unironic.
can't use the R word in here. Real.
Like, I'm just gonna say, one time Troy invited me over to watch
Oh
The
my
Sacrifice.
god, dude. We cannot talk about this.
Wait, I don't even know what he's gonna
This
say.
was a cringe occurrence.
Do you want to talk about it or not?
John can go ahead and say whatever he's gonna say, but it's not gonna make me look good.
I was just gonna say, I went over to watch The Sacrifice, and Troy did give a big long speech before we watched The Sacrifice.
Oh my god.
That is all. So in that,
That's
but
all right.
but I will say what he said. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was probably way
It's so based.
more true and based than Mr. Horror Movie Nerd.
Well,
Anyways.
I
There's
love when he
rules
was
to
watching.
watching
I love when he
Tarkovsky.
was watching it. Like
No.
he's watching it as if like it's the first time he's ever seen it, and like he can influence it. He's like, look behind you. He's seen the movie like 100 times. He's like, look behind you. And I just thought about Troy. Like, dude, every time I watch a film, it's really happening.
Wait, by the way,
Like I
it's
get
so
confused every time, and I'm like,
Yeah.
It's so funny that the incel 4chan movie browser is the only other man to live. Every other dude gets killed, and he even says like, "I've never been so happy to be a virgin in my life." He says something like that, and it's like
man.
it's definitely a commentary, if you know what I mean.
What is it saying, Steven?
yeah.
I've already dropped so many bombs, and I'm so worried that I'm gonna get canceled that I can't tell you what it means.
Steven,
I think
you
I'll
haven't-
let the
Steven, you
full
literally-
viewer-
Steven, you
But it has
can't get
something to
canceled.
do
You
with-
lambasted Harvey Weinstein earlier in the podcast. So
True,
you-
I did.
you
I
get-
did
you get-
roast Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, you get like a
epically.
2-hour protection after that.
So true, a
Debuff.
shield. Wait, I think I had a different comment that I would prefer to talk about, and it was
Something about donning the fellas.
nah, not really.
He believes it though.
No, what was something you said, Troy? It was like piggybacking.
Oh.
Piggybacking. That's a good word.
I already forgot, dude. Whatever. Continue the podcast. the
Wes
pod.
Craven sucks.
No.
Okay, can we all join?
He made boatloads of money, more than
That's
you
so
will
true.
ever make off of a film.
No, that's not true.
Troy,
I'll
would you
sell
make
out.
would you make this
Before you know it, I'll
movie?
sell out and make a bunch
Would
of
you
money.
make this movie?
Yes, dude. He made
I would
so
make
much
this
money.
movie so hard.
Would you make
I think
it-
I'm the most likely to make this movie.
Okay, let's have a vote. Okay.
Look,
Yeah,
unironically,
okay.
Think
who's
about
the
who's most likely to make
movie?
this movie. Take the Facebook quiz.
Oh no! Here's the comment I wanted to make. Yo, do you remember when she's okay? For all the fellas in the building, all the fellow listeners out there, do you remember when the blonde friend? What's her name?
Idiot.
Do you know what- is it
Idiot.
Oh no, she
Idiot,
got some
empty
stupid
head.
name. Her name is
I forgot.
Tatum.
Oh god, like a tater tot, like a literal tot. Tatum. Do you remember when she was wearing the yellow sweater top? And she's.
Oh,
come on.
in the movie at the
Oh
the
yeah,
end?
when she
Well,
right before
I think
it's
she's
right
wearing it
before-
towards the
yeah, it's
end.
right before she
Oh,
gets
her
murdered.
nipples, yeah. You see her
When she
nipples
gets-
when she goes to the
Yeah.
garage. Yeah.
Oh,
You see
yeah.
her like 5 seconds before she looks normal, and then when she opens the door to the garage to get the beers, her nips
It's
are like
like,
diamonds coming out of her
whoa,
Yeah,
shirt.
and it's
insane.
right after the whole boob commentary about the
Right.
Yeah.
It's right after that, right?
Yeah, the whole thing is funny.
But what was
Really
the boob
self-aware.
commentary? Do you remember what the boob commentary was?
it was just
Roughly?
that in every horror movie there's the obligatory boob shot.
Oh,
No,
right.
well, no.
Oh, yeah,
that's
and then
not-
we
it was
don't
that
get the
in
boob
every
shot.
horror. Well, no, it was no. In every horror film, there is a blonde, big boob bimbo who like doesn't run for the door when she should
Yeah,
be
but
something. It was
but-
some. It was
no,
something
what
to
John-
that
that was-
effect.
that
Like,
was
they're not.
said
She doesn't.
earlier.
She doesn't make. She doesn't make the right
that was said
decision.
Yeah, that was
earlier
way
in the
earlier.
movie.
John's right.
What we're talking about, what was said right before you see.
Oh my
But
bad.
it's not. But it's
You
not
see
connected with
yellow
Tatum
sweater.
getting the beers. It's connected with her having sex,
Yeah, that's
and
the
we don't get
connection.
the boob shot.
Yeah,
That could just be a rating thing. That might be
rated
less of
R.
a commentary
Definitely.
and more of a rating
I
thing.
don't
Well, it's
understand. It's
still
rated
R,
R, so
sure,
why
right?
could they not have done that?
Regardless,
Because the actress has, she had certain
regardless,
Oh, sure. Never mind.
She had shingles.
dude. Regardless, Tatum. Nice.
Dude, ridiculous. Dude, when the town is under attack, her best friend is almost butchered, and the next day she's wearing like the skimpiest, most '90s outfit you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
So funny.
She's
like the
what
little
she's supposed
jersey.
to wear the next
Yeah,
day.
what do you
all
say?
black.
Yeah, what are you
What
She's
supposed
supposed to wear a
what-
veil.
What are you
It's just
supposed
as
to
funny.
wear,
It's
Troy?
just funny.
She's supposed to wear bell-bottom pants, bell-bottom jeans with a long cardigan.
Yeah,
or
what
something.
you
It
wanted
just
to wear,
seemed
like
a little
an
uncharacteristic.
ankle-length skirt.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Look.
All right, song at the end of the movie, ridiculous.
What was it?
I don't know, but it was out of its mind.
I do remember
As
being
it
ridiculous.
zooms
As
out on
in-
the house, and it's like
Oh.
just this weird like '90s rock song or something. But the movie was
The
hailed for
world
its
is a
soundtrack.
vampire.
Dude, I actually don't get the reception of this film. All these people talking about how it was
You
so
have-
innovative
I
and
think-
all this
how do you
stuff.
I think
not-
this
how do you
woman
not
thing
get
is
the
actually really
reception?
important. This meta thing was a big deal to them, and this I think the woman thing you're talking about, where it's like a huge woman audience thing,
Yeah.
probably matters a lot because that really is a significant driving force in the whole film.
Dude,
That it is like girl boss.
Yeah.
that's true. What's also kind of crazy about that, though, I mean, I don't know. This is just kind of interesting. I feel like I feel like maybe this is actually the turning point for this. But I feel like in a lot of older movies, if you have like some kind of trope of like a horror movie watcher or whatever, they're like incel, like obsessed with horror movies, nerd, whatever, like the guy in this movie. But most of the like horror, like if I were to list all the people that I know who are like horror movie people or whatever, like they're like, oh, I'm a horror movie nerd, like the majority of them are girls.
Yes, absolutely true.
Yeah, so I wonder,
absolutely 100%
yeah,
true.
and I think that I wonder if this is like actually a turning point for that, like if you could
Yeah.
mark Scream as being the tie.
I think girls like horror movies post Scream. Now, not just because of Scream.
Yeah.
But like post the timeline on a timeline after Scream, something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. The demographic for horror movies has definitely shifted largely towards women. Not like a majority of viewership is women in general, but like going from basically marginal women audience, I bet if we look at a graph, to like a 50-50 split or more, I'm comfortable making that claim.
Whoa.
Very bold.
No, everyone you talk to, every time you go to anything ever,
Yeah, but you think this is because of the film and not
No,
because
no,
of
no,
like
no,
some
no.
social
Yeah, it is a social situation, but the film just capitalized on that and also stands as like a
Marker.
catalyst. It's not like
It's like-
because of it, but like we can look at it and understand the times
Yeah.
and the shifting social
I feel like
change.
in the
I
way
was
that-
taking it.
Go ahead.
I was taking it to be that this appealed to a more female audience because there was an actual female protagonist.
I mean, that's
whereas
true too.
Nightmare on Elm
Yeah,
Street,
I think that's
Halloween,
true as
etc.
well. I
Either
meant-
have
I
like super disjointed like protagonist groups, or like the
I-
women are ridiculous. Although
I
Nightmare on Elm
followed-
Street has a solid female protagonist. Go ahead, John.
I
What's your thought?
followed your point by making a different point that was like tangentially related, but not your point. So, but your point about it being like
Whose point?
gatekeep girl boss or whatever is totally true.
Gatekeeper.
Hold on, what's the point?
Huh? Oh, just the point. The
I'm
point
just
that Troy's
kidding, I'm
making
just kidding.
that you have this whole like the subversion of the stupid bimbo who gets killed by a guy with a knife to like the women save the
Girl
day or
boss.
whatever. Yeah, girl
girl
boss,
boss.
gatekeep. Like this is
I think girl boss.
The gaslit girl boss
gaslight
gatekeeper.
gatekeep girl boss.
I wanna say,
But this. Hold on. But this
Wait,
does.
You son of a bitch,
I'm
dude.
gonna
Wait,
make
was Billy
your
gaslighting
point for
the
you
whole
right
time?
now.
Was that the real? Was
No,
Billy's
no.
gaslighting?
Wait, no.
of
Troy
Sid?
does not get to
Wait,
talk.
did you-
John,
wait,
you
wait,
finish
wait,
your
yeah,
this is
point.
what I'm saying.
John, you finish your point, and then I'm gonna talk, and then maybe Troy.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea what Troy was just saying because I couldn't hear. But anyways, So basically you have this gatekeep girl boss gaslight thing going on in this movie. and then but what Steven and I were both talking about, at least I think so, that like we're on the same page with this, that it is
okay.
Steven follows up my point by saying I agree and adding to it, and now you're all upset. No, so basically, yeah, I see that as being both like its own point about it being like this self-contained thing of like what was important for the director and whatever and blah blah blah, and that the audience, whatever, a lot of girls liked it and these things, or women or whatever, and but then the other point is that this definitely, in the same way, in its like ironic, like self-aware, like attitude, and the actors in it and stuff is very much like very very much of the times or something like this, and very much like some kind of little, like as you were saying, like some kind of like quote unquote time capsule or something. And that contained in that is also, it just happens that this movie is particularly aimed towards subverting this thing towards like a woman like empowerment sort of thing, whatever, gatekeep girl boss, and that this is also part of this time capsule thing, because after this, at some point, there is this shift to what we're talking about, what Steve and I are talking about, the horror film being a mostly woman appreciated genre or something, or more so, like probably more than 50%. Yeah. So that's the whole point.
Mm-hmm. I agree 100% with that.
Holy bitch.
And if you ever go to, now I just want to drop an anecdote because I'm good for that. I'm a storyteller. You know, if you go to a if you were to go
that's how all my favorite stories start.
Yeah, story. If you were to
now think about this.
Tell us, right, continue with your second person point of view story.
Listen. If you were to go to a place and at that place,
the story rules.
People were trying to do something, you know, as together, you know. So,
yeah.
Then if you were to say, perhaps we should do this thing, someone would say, I'm not super interested in what you're suggesting right now. So what you'd have to start doing is offering others alternate suggestions. And one suggestion you might come to the conclusion of offering is a film. Should we watch a movie? Should we watch something tonight? And then someone might say, watch something. I don't know. I don't really want to watch a show. And they say, no. I mean a movie. Let's watch a movie. And they say, oh,
you mean a show?
I mean, we could watch Squid Games. And then you're like, no, that's a show. Well, let's watch a movie. And then everyone's like, oh, okay, we'll watch a movie. And then, here's where the story takes its twist. And then, out of a like dark corner in the room that was previously unlit, you know, steps out the based girl. It's literally not even. It's not like a gothic girl. It's not like she's dressed like she's supposed to be gothic, you know, or like scary, you know. She's dressed like Joe Schmo girl, Jenny. Yeah, Jenny Schmo,
Jill Schmo,
Jenny Schmo, Jill Schmo. And she says, no, and what she says to everyone in the room, she says, have any of you guys seen Babadook? And everyone in the room goes, what? Like, where'd she come from? Like, she appeared out of nowhere, and then they're like,
nobody knows
what
her.
Is that movie? What is that movie? And then she's like, it's this awesome, crazy movie. It's so scary. You've never seen anything like it before. And then everyone's obviously, you know, you've lost the attention of everybody in the room.
Right after you
know, everyone.
After you recommended Christopher Nolan, no one wanted to hear from you.
Yeah. After you recommended,
no one was smart enough.
Yeah. After you recommended Tenet, and everyone shot you down.
All these people, they don't understand. I want to watch
After you
smart
gave an
movies.
hour-long speech about sacrifice and the rules to watching Tarkovsky.
No, I didn't do that.
Everyone said, let's just watch what Jill Schmo.
What was that, Babadook?
Say
yeah, what was
Babadook
it?
again.
What's it on? Is that on Netflix?
Say Babadook.
Is that on Netflix?
Steven, say
It's Netflix
Babadook.
original.
What'd you say, John?
Say Babadook the way you did before.
Babadook?
All right. Women are more likely to recommend horror movies, and this is a mysterious phenomenon because we know women, like we know women.
There's no reason why a girl would like a horror movie. It just doesn't make sense.
No, there's no reason.
It's
There's
like-
no reason a woman
it's
would
like-
lie about that.
It's like
there's
the
no
color
motive.
blue.
There's no motive.
There's
for
no
them to lie,
motive. There's no
ever.
motive for a woman to lie.
Women to lie. There's no motive for women to lie.
Well, at least especially not about Babadook. I mean,
Well, no, it's probably a really good movie.
No, the fact that
I've seen it.
Oh, you have?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it,
it's
but I've
really good.
literally just heard people say that.
It's
No,
really
shut up.
good.
But yeah, I don't know. There's actually, I can think of a couple different occasions where I was talking to a girl and that I had recently met or
Is-
whatever. at a
Are you
friend's
willing
house.
to drop their name?
Yeah,
Are you
wait,
willing
will you
No,
name drop
why?
them?
right now?
Hold on. Name 3 girls you've talked to.
And can I get their number?
But then like saying something like they ask like whatever we're chatting and then I say something like, oh yeah, I like movies. I'm interested in movies. Oh, you're interested in movies? Oh,
Yeah.
well, do you like? I love Bob, and then it's just like name some like horror movie. Like every time, every time
Yeah.
it's a horror movie.
Wait, and
Yeah.
and John, would you say that?
So these 3
And
girls
then-
represent the entire population.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
So John,
I'll
let's
tell you a
follow,
classic-
Hold on.
no,
Let's
can I-
follow
can-
the P then Q of John's argument. So, women
Yeah.
are genetically predisposed to like horror movies, and John hasn't seen almost any good horror movies.
No.
And John is on the record.
He just watched
if you,
Scream.
If you read his blog, that he thinks horror movies in general are simpler to understand. So
John.
John,
No.
Wait, can
John's
somebody
not
just
claiming.
together for
No.
us?
No.
Troy,
What are you
look,
trying to
Troy,
say?
this is a very
Everyone
funny
get-
joke. I
everyone
need to
I
defend
love
myself
women.
now. This is
I love women.
Well, not as much as Harvey
more
did.
Than more than anyone in this chat.
I've got a comment to make.
Wait, no, I need to defend myself here. Look.
Look, John.
Well, against
Everyone knows
my
you're
phony-
obviously pro women. You are the most womanly.
John's
in
a
the call.
pro woman.
All right, yeah, all right, that's
Professional
fine.
woman.
Yeah, I'm down with that. We'll leave it at that.
No, do you wish to defend yourself right now, John?
No, I mean,
Against
I don't
phony
know. It's
claims?
fine. It's just like I feel like it's like this is the same thing as you explicitly explaining why we're not pro what Harvey Weinstein did. It's like there's this shit. This is just should be like it doesn't need to be said. I'm just gonna
Look,
I'm gonna
I
dig
do-
myself
I do
a
wanna-
hole by trying to I'm gonna create
No,
a new hole.
I really need to say to everyone listening, and so that it's on the record, that I do not support any of the actions that Harvey Weinstein did.
Steven and the cinematographical crew.
Yeah,
does not
everyone
support.
in here
Signed
is
a document.
Wait, hold on. Wait, have
Would-
we?
would-
wait, have we?
everyone
already,
in here would like to see more women in film.
100%.
Yeah.
Have we already? Did we disavow Columbine yet?
Oh, I already
Okay.
said like well.
We
Okay,
need
for
to.
the-
Okay, for the record, the cinematographical
Right,
crew
for the
does
record.
not condone or support anything that took place at Columbine in 1999, and that includes
Right.
everything that year. So, the good and the bad.
Any lessons
Where
taught?
any
good
and of
deeds?
course, it's worth bringing up. We also don't support Osama bin Laden and
Yeah.
the rest of Al Qaeda and their attempts to overthrow the U.S. government through terrorist tactics.
our
Um,
hearts go out to Gabby Petito and her family.
Of course.
Urge.
Of course.
Well, I guess they just found his body. The guy.
Yeah.
Right. I think he may
Did he
have.
shoot himself? What's the deal?
No, I think he killed himself. Do you know how he did it?
No, tell us.
I'll tell you how this guy killed himself. He killed himself through guilt.
He felt so bad that he just died.
Weaponized weapon grade guilt.
Yeah.
His heart couldn't handle it anymore.
It's like that ancient guy who died of laughter.
The ancient
You know what I'm talking about? The guy, the goat, like farted and he died of laughter.
That's so funny. No.
I'm pulling it up.
Okay,
Since we're totally
wait.
off the boat here.
Hold on, reeling it back in. I'm gonna reel it back in. Like we're reeling
Yeah, I'm
it.
down to have it real. I'm down to get it real.
Wait, hold on. I need
reeling
to.
I'm down to get
I'm reeling
real.
it.
Wait, can
I
we-
mean,
can just
I'm-
say
I'm-
we also do not condone. We also do not condone smoking on this podcast.
Well, unless it's 420
Yeah,
ultra
unless
grade.
it's yeah.
Busy Kush boy.
Ultra grade. So, ancient philosopher,
This is already fake.
Chrysippus of Soli.
That's
Here
not
we
his
go.
name.
Troy's making this up. He's
You just made
pretending
that
to
up.
read
No,
his
he
screen
died.
right now.
He
as
died. He
makes this
died
up.
during.
If you
no.
were to go to a place,
Okay, imagine you were. Okay,
Imagine
he died
you
during
were
the
going to a place.
143rd Olympiad at the age of 73. Oh, I'm gonna mispronounce this, and this is a real person. So, Diogenes, isn't he the guy who lived in the barrel?
Diogenes.
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 Whoa, that
Diogenes
was
gives two
cringe.
different accounts of a death. On the first account, Chrysippus was seized with dizziness, having drunk undiluted wine at a feast, and died soon after. In the second account, he was watching a donkey eat some figs and cried out, "Now give the donkey a drink of pure wine to wash down the figs," whereupon he died in a fit of laughter.
So this is
That's so funny though.
so
Yeah,
this
that's
is
pretty funny.
just like this is just like the father in Scream.
Well, I was surprised that they only drank like beers. Like, how many beers did those kids drink to get that drunk that they're like, I want to see my principal hung up and fucking murdered? You know?
Disemboweled.
Like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
maybe
reading
like
the
4.
Wikipedia, they
A few.
put in. This movie
few
is. Listen, this movie sucks.
Did we
No,
disavow?
no,
Did we
dude,
disavow?
it was
all-
actually, it was,
it doesn't.
There's a
dude,
whole
this movie
section. There's a
sucks.
whole section about how there's like so many players involved in writing the script and how they killed the principal so that they could get the kids out of the house in the end of the movie, and because there was like a 15-minute or 30-minute gap where no one died.
Yeah,
so they're
the
like,
killing
we
of
had
the
to solve two
principal
problems
really
at
didn't
once.
make any sense. At
Yeah,
all.
and it says in the thing that like it was supposed to make the kids sad, but the kids are like stupid hyped,
Wait.
dummy hyped to go see the body.
I will say that the principal also probably pretty morally defensible, even though he does have that weird, creepy
Yeah.
chin touching of our main
yeah.
girl.
Oh,
weird
I
shit-
love
right.
the principal
that
when
was
he's
really-
That was
roasting
a
the
very
kids out.
that was a very
Yeah.
strange chin touching,
Other
but
than
he
that.
is
Wait, when's the
old
chin
man
touching?
based. He holds her chin and he's like, just answer the questions that they've got for you. But he's
Oh.
not
But
like that creepy. He's just holding her chin.
yeah, it's
I
like
like
a
when he
character.
takes out
It's like
the
a
kids with
weird.
the
It's like a
scissors.
he's like a weird, just like
Paternal
Small town.
father.
yeah.
He wants to take care of her like she's
I'll
his
tell you
baby.
what,
I
that
mean,
expulsion
that's the
was
character that he plays in
based.
every
Too much.
movie I've ever
Too
seen.
much. It was
Like,
awesome.
No,
He
I
should've
think
gutted
expelling.
him. He
I
should've
think expelling
disemboweled
those
those
kids.
kids.
I actually think expelling those kids is the right call.
Yeah.
That is so evil.
Yeah,
you
what-
cannot
yeah.
do that.
He's like the
You
only
can't do
person
that,
in the
dude.
movie who ever seems to like understand how crazy serious the situation
yeah, that's
is.
actually true. Okay, hold on. Maybe the principal should have saved the day, but they had to kill
Well,
him.
of course.
They had to kill him
Is-
for script like practical reasons.
Is the principal the director stand-in? What is it called?
Don't tell him.
Uh,
Don't tell him.
No.
I won't tell him.
Good.
I won't tell him.
What's it called?
Owned.
And it makes it seem like I know. So next movie we're gonna watch is Heathers, the '88 comedy teen drama.
Heathers.
I
I
watched
like
Scream
Heathers.
too.
I think Heathers is actually funny.
Do you guys know Scream 2 is about...
That's just because you're in love with Winona Ryder.
Kind of true.
Scream 2 is about the production
Not gonna lie.
of a movie about Sydney's experience in Scream 1.
Dude, we gotta watch the newest Scream.
Dude, it looks so awful.
Oh, I didn't watch.
Dude, I
didn't
love
watch the
that they're
trailer
bringing
yet.
back the car with the locks.
Yeah.
Do you remember that in the trailer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and who has car keys that only unlock one door? Plot hole much.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I guess
When
so.
she's in the car and he reveals he has the keys, so
Yeah.
he's unable to unlock the car.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
But
He's
but
going
Yeah,
side
he's
to side
doing
and
that,
doing it
and
manually.
she's
Okay, wait. Let me just
I
say.
was
Let me just
like
say this one
imagining
thing.
he had like a button.
man.
Try
just
to
you
try to
out
tell me
yourself.
that
So
sequence.
true.
Try to tell me that sequence
What?
isn't like that sequence was 100% like classic like comedy trope, you know? Like it's like the door. It's like Scooby Doo running through the hallways. Like, it's over here.
Yeah, I want like silly music over top of it.
I've got to take.
Take
okay. What? I gotta take you guys to philosophical town.
Okay.
Look, you take. Here's a take. God damn it! You got me off. Now I gotta think about it again.
How far is philosophy town?
No. Okay. No. Okay. So you have. Okay. As we all know, women in general. And I'm not saying, of course, only consensual. Like, of course, consensual only. Love sex. They love sex, consensual sex that they're into.
Wow.
You could have just said people.
Yeah, why did you say women?
No, but what's in...
You just outed yourself.
No, it's so important. No, because not all
Steven
men
doesn't like sex.
But every single woman does. So... So you do that, and then you do that. The next line... The next line is food. Women love food. Women like food.
Are you building the pyramid?
So much, it's kind of annoying.
Of needs
don't like, we all know that women love food, right? And like food is sexual. Like if you just watch a video of someone making food, it's obviously sexual, right? They're like pouring this stuff on it. They're like, oh, that looks good. And then they take a bite. They're like,
putting it in the oven.
Fuck. You know, they're like, oh, fuck. And then it's like, it tastes so good. And then they're like throwing ingredients in the pan like it's a.
Yeah, like I don't watch the cooking shows you're watching.
Okay. This is a well-known fact. I don't need to explain it. So this is true. These two things are true. Women love sex. Food is like sex, and women like food. Now, can we obviously just say that horror films are like sex? They're clearly like sex. They are just edging you the whole time. And they're just giving you these bursts, you know, these orgasmic bursts of scares, you know? But the whole point is to, like, you know, be an edge the whole time. Women love sex. And so when you have like, so why do women like horror movies? I think it's pretty clear. It's the same reason that they like food. Is it getting hot?
Look, Steven, you might have...
Hold on. I have something. I got something.
Yeah, no. Hold on. I just want to say really quick before
that seems somewhat real.
Wait, can I just
say Steven did actually make like maybe an interesting point in there, but it's so weaved in together with things that if you respond to, you're gonna implicate yourself in whatever he just said.
Here we go. Watch this. Step 1. Okay, here we go. In Steven's format. First line. Here we go. First line. Disavow everything Steven said. I disavow everything.
Okay, good idea.
2. You know, let's bring out the facts we know about all women. Just kidding. But it is known. It is a fact, and I'm not going to defend it, that men have a much more difficult time having multiple orgasms in a short period of time than women. Right? So,
absolutely true. Biologically true.
A lot of movies we watch, which, let's get real, are just phallus on DVD, all work towards one big crescendo orgasm. Whereas horror films, jump scare, tension, jump scare, tension, scare. All working towards the ultimate crescendo that will satisfy both parties.
Wow, that's actually...
Absolutely agree 100% with this. This is what I already said. It's kind of annoying that you good
job, Troy.
Yeah, but this way I don't need to say that all women love sex. So
and then compared to food.
Yeah, but not all men.
Yeah.
I get to, you know, I'm gonna play it a little safer for sure.
Look, I want to just, for real quick, for the record, I want to disavow everything I recently said.
Everything.
Except for the parts that are correct, because those don't need to be defended. But any take I had that was spurious, those were just jokes.
Wait.
And I'm not actually trying to make any sort of universal claim about women or men.
Wait, hold on.
In fact, the fact that Troy even did it for men just now, it was kind of absurd.
Wait, does this mean you disavow your disavowal of Harvey Weinstein?
everything except for the no. So Harvey, just for the record, I want to say that Harvey Weinstein was not a good man. He was a bad man in many ways, and that all of cinematographically speaking would prefer to see more women in films. I don't think, and in positions of power.
I also don't think that we talked about.
In fact,
we also never disavowed drinking and driving.
Well. 70% of all crashes are done by sober drivers.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's
like you just outed yourself.
Yeah. I mean, it's not about drinking. It's about
a sheep.
It's a little bit more about like we're okay with like booze and cruise though, right?
Booze and cruise, but
it's just one or two. Booze and cruise, just a few, one or two. That's all you.
And you're cool.
That's all you. And booze and cruise, 1 or 2, and you're cool.
Listen,
that's a good line. That'd be a really good line in like a film. It'd be like quotable.
Boozing and cruising never hurt anyone. Car accidents do. And and you're not about to tell me that correlation equals causation, okay?
You're probably the same type of person that thinks that owning a gun... Oh, I'm not going to go down it.
You're probably the type of person that thinks that owning a gun while you drunk drive is worse than drunk driving, when it's actually way cooler.
You probably think that firing a gun into your brain as you drive down the freeway speeding is a bad idea, you son of a bitch.
You just got. You just outed yourself.
Oh, also, I want to say that everyone is cinematographically speaking mourns the loss of Gabby Petito. It is a tragic loss.
That is terrible.
That the psychopathic, horrendous acts committed by her allegedly
Brian Landerson, whatever his name is.
Brian Laundrie.
I don't even want to dignify him with the name. I don't even want to dignify him with the
Dirty
name.
Laundry.
Sorry.
Dirty Laundry's right.
Brian Dishes.
Yeah. That we don't support him. Yeah, we're happy he's dead. Whether it was if he did it, we're happy he's dead.
Which we believe.
If it was from and if it was truly a tragic case of a guilt-based death, cause of death, guilt.
Yeah.
Then I just want to say that I don't feel sorry for him. He should have experienced every ounce of guilt
and more.
I'd wish him infinite guilt.
That's heavy.
But if he didn't do it...
This is the heaviest podcast of all time.
If he didn't do it. Right. If he didn't do it, I wish his family all the best.
Yeah.
All right, so is that it? We...
Look, there's probably more to say.
No one ever has the balls... to do, Steven always mentions it, but no one ever has the balls to just do a podcast not about a movie.
What?
Well, we just did that.
Why not I have the
we just
balls
did that.
to do that.
Yeah, we just did that for the majority of this podcast.
I know, but I would have liked to have just started off that way. Why couldn't we have all had the same take, which I'm sure we do? And just say, this movie's alright, whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, what'd you guys eat for breakfast?
Anyways, Gabby.
Gabby, yeah. So what about this whole Gabby business? Did he really die of guilt?
Well, the movie thing is just so to get people to listen, to click.
Yeah.
Just to follow clicks.
This one might actually...
a Scream podcast?
Right, we actually are talking,
We need to call this one Scream Analysis.
When our unnamed editor puts this on YouTube, and we get an insanely awesome thumbnail plus like image.
Yeah.
And we have some sort of clickbait title. We can't just
full movie.
Full movie.
Yeah. Can we put the word full movie in the?
It's longer than the movie.
That. And
because we are talking about the whole movie.
And then we just need one of these god tier jokes positioned towards the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So that someone clicks on it, they're expecting the full movie, they're angry, but then as soon as they're in, they hear like a joke that just gets them.
Diffuses.
And now they're in.
Here's here's a problem though, is that we started off with really, really warm milk takes. Like we're all just kind of like, yeah, whatever. We gotta come with something hot.
That's proof that the movie sucks.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I should just edit out the whole. Or sorry, maybe I should email the Fiverr editor that I've hired to edit this.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
To just take out the whole first section of this. And it's just all
right, guys. So I'll go first. This movie. Yeah,
Yeah, let's just take it from the top.
Take it from the top. Okay.
Listen, if your final scores don't reflect the ideal, that the fact that all we had to offer were lukewarm takes is proof that this movie was not very good.
I'm just gonna put this
pretty
point.
entertaining,
I'm just
though.
gonna put this
Yeah,
point
I mean,
one
the movie
over
was
funny games. So let me
lukewarm,
just
so-
figure out
Over
what I
what?
put funny games at.
You're a bad person, bro.
I've got my score. Are we ready?
Unironically,
Are we doing it?
actually,
Are we still talking?
there's obviously a joke in there, but I also feel that you unironically, whatever.
Okay, wait. I want to.
I'm not afraid to say that I dislike Hanukkah.
Wait, hold on.
You should be.
Wait,
no.
that's kind of
Go
crazy
on.
because you made Piano Teacher, which you gave a very high
Yeah,
score.
and you've never
Yeah,
even
but I
met
saw
the
that
guy.
first.
First of all,
What do you mean you saw that first?
true.
What does that have? What does that
That's
have to do with
true.
anything?
oh, you ever heard of the primacy effect?
Brody almost
No.
said that till you did
I
that
saw it-
voice.
No. I saw it first. Therefore, I didn't know that he was actually evil.
Oh my gosh, outed so bad.
All right, that's it. Just for that, we're watching The White Ribbon next.
Dude, we do have to watch.
No.
Wait, what do we still have to watch? We have to watch Cachet, White Ribbon.
No, okay, wait, no. We gotta watch some. Look, there's some other. Look, there's so many movies.
No,
there's
no, no,
movies
no.
that none
There's
of
a
us
lot of
have
movies
seen.
out there.
There's movies that none
Yeah,
of
yeah.
us
we're
have
gonna
seen
we're
that
gonna
are
watch.
really
dude,
good.
we
We're
gotta
gonna
watch-
watch Antichrist.
Okay, well, maybe we should watch
Again.
Antichrist. Again. Okay,
Wait, why
Uh,
don't, look, guys.
I don't want to shout out. I don't want to shout out these people, but John, that
Well, don't shout.
I won't shout.
Yeah, just
nor
say
do I
it
want to
softly.
mention that list that you and I've been looking at lately is pretty good.
What?
Oh,
top
yeah, sure.
erotica? Top
No.
100 erotica specialists?
No.
Yeah. I mean, no.
And John, you, me, and John need to. I'm gonna make a group chat where we predict what will be number one.
I already
there's a-
know what
there's
it
a- there's
is.
a-
I already know what it is.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
Or is
It's
it a
a
prediction?
it's the MMA fight bracket, like leading up to the world championship.
Yeah. The number one is
World
True Grit.
the remake. All right.
All right, let's wrap this. Let's wrap this puppy up.
Let's wrap
Unless
this
we're making
puppy
joke, if we're making hardcore giggles or hardcore takes,
Okay, wait, no, I
I'm
actually
down
have
to
something to
keep
say. I
talking.
have something to say. Look,
Is
I
it
think
just one thing.
I think
though,
look,
or-
this is a revision of
it's something we probably all
no,
agree
it's
with.
something that we probably all agree with. So actually, I'm not gonna say it because we already all agree.
No.
Anyways, we this is just a revision of what I was saying before about like the whole comedy thing. Thing is that like the movie seems like a total comedy, but at the same time, it also I was just remembering like all the stuff with her and her mom. Like you have this like intense when she's watching the news or whatever, and it's like, and then like the reporter says raped, you know, and then like
Yeah.
it's like that's
There's two.
so what I'm saying is that like you have that at the same time as this like no like total non-committal like
Right.
like world, you know, like every like they
Right.
like they do not live within like a universe with like moral consequences or something like that, or where your decisions have consequences. It's just like and so it's like they try to have this weight of this like stuff with her and her mom and stuff at the same time as it being placed within a world that literally is constantly pointing at itself saying it doesn't matter. So it just like becomes only a comedy with like weird serious parts. Besides the insane bit at the end when they act insane, because I feel like that can fit with inside like this meaningless world or whatever, you know, like them acting insane like can actually be like a little bit creepy and like that can actually work. But like as soon as you try to like be like, oh, it's totally not serious or totally is serious or I don't know, it's too like flip floppy. Like they're trying to put all their eggs in too many baskets and none of them hold them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everyone knows you can't
I
put all
totally
your eggs
agree.
in more than one basket.
Yeah, that's
It's
what they
just
all
something
say.
You can't even do that.
Yeah, you can't put all of your eggs
No,
in more than one basket.
Many baskets.
Well, I guess you could. If you have like
No.
10
They had-
eggs, you could
no.
put 5 in each, and
They
then
had-
you have all your eggs in 2
It
baskets.
obviously
Well,
is
they had-
basket size.
Well, no,
It's
they had-
basket size. It's not number of eggs. You
Well, they had
idiot.
too few. They had too few
Look, you have an-
eggs for the amount of baskets they
You have
had.
an
Yeah,
so they
egg-sized
couldn't
basket.
fill Their,
where each
their
egg
baskets.
is a minute.
You have an
No,
No,
egg-sized
I have a response
basket.
to John's take.
Sorry, go ahead.
firstly, the first response, which is just a joke, is that this movie is exactly like Friends.
Okay.
The second joke that I have. I already forgot it.
No.
I had a real take,
Right,
a real
can
response.
we do closing
Oh
thoughts?
no!
Okay.
Oh no! A real response, although it will come across as funny, but it's certainly real.
Really
is that
funny.
women love sex? Is that in the 90s, and obviously it's not this way now. I'm serious. I'm laughing saying this, but it's a totally legitimate point. Clearly, the times have changed, and we do not want to say the R word in a joking way, you know?
Oh, sure.
Review.
But back then, in the 90s, the... you know...
This is ridiculous, Steven. Just say it.
So in the 90s, you know, R's were funny, you know, like, and so the fact that her mom...
Steven, wait, you get? Do you actually have something to say? I don't understand anymore. If this is
I already made the point. To those who understand me,
Yeah.
I already made the point.
okay. Wait, so you're saying like it's supposed to be funny?
Yes.
Yeah, one.
I mean,
way.
I was not laughing, but
Sure.
if I showed it to my millennial brother,
Sure.
he would be laughing his A off at the mention of an R taking place. Just literally simply mentioning the word.
Okay, this is just not true, dude. The whole tone is serious. You're just
Okay. Okay, final thoughts.
final thoughts.
Oh my god. Final thoughts.
Dude, that was so epic.
John, go.
Okay, this
I
movie
wish you had just
is
said in the 90s women love sex. Obviously things have changed.
all right. So all right, so
From
this
my first-hand experience, things have changed.
That's good.
I thought laughing his A off was really funny.
That was really good.
Okay, so
All right, John, you're up. Final. Close it out.
this movie was all right. I'd prefer to watch. There's several other horror movies I've seen. I haven't seen a ton of horror movies, but the ones that I have seen, there's some of them I would definitely watch that are like not super serious, whatever horror movies, you know, but like still totally genre horror movies and stuff. There are a lot of those that I would much rather watch than this one. Which I was hoping that this would be a good movie in the genre, you know, even though I'm not particularly familiar anyways, but yeah, lukewarm all the way around. There's definitely a few scenes that are like actually pretty good, like actually good. There's a few performances that are good. Overall it's still enjoyable though. It's not anything super special. Apparently it's got some cultural significance or whatever for the time or whatever. That's like whatever what we said about the whole like you know, all that stuff.
The R.
No.
You're saying you're in agreement with that take.
I just like to take this
John,
time.
can I
I'd
get
like
you
to
on the
take this
record?
time to disavow anything Steven has said in the past
Except for the Harvey
hour and
Weinstein
28
stuff.
minutes.
Yeah,
And the
except
Yahoo
for
Tequila
Harvey
stuff.
Weinstein stuff.
Besides the stuff that when he agreed with me that had nothing to. Never mind. No, just kidding. Just scratch that. The No, yeah. Overall, movie was okay. Might watch it again at some point. I like the some of it's pretty funny. Most of it falls flat. Some of it's a little spooky. I like the opening scene, etc., etc. All the stuff. We're gonna give it a 2 out of 5.
Holy.
Maybe a little bit less. I don't know.
Whoa.
Just
Wait,
kidding.
dude,
No.
2 is crazy.
2 is like you're puking at the screen.
What?
You're
Hold
literally
on,
just
hold
No,
on.
no, no.
puking
This is
all
your.
over
This is
your
no.
lap.
In my.
You gave Tenet a 2. Just
Did I actually?
Yep.
Look. Okay. Look.
This actually seems
Look,
in line.
I
though.
said this-
No,
I said
literally,
this-
I was
way
gonna
better
I was
than-
gonna
way
compare
worse than
Tenet
Tenet.
and Scream.
I'm gonna say the last time we talked about this, I said that my scores, every time I look at my scores, I would do it different every single time I look at it, and it's just like it's not even a closed system inside the podcast. Like it just.
So you admit it.
So admit that within this podcast, this one that we're recording right now, within this sentence, the closed system of this sentence, it's a 2 out of 5.
All
right. Troy, do you have the list of our takes of like movie numbers?
Yes.
Okay, what did I give Tenet?
Are you gonna try to be consistent?
You gave Tenet a 2.7.
That is incredible. I actually already had the score in mind. 2.6.
Okay.
And also, one final thought. I just want to explain my thoughts very briefly. Opening, awesome, super entertaining. I really was not ever bored. It was not very scary. It was not smart. It was not that cool aside from the opening shot, but somehow it really got me with just the 90s vibe, the overall vibe architecture that was going on, and it passes the vibe check, and so that's what scores it any points at all. It scores good points off of it because it does it so well, and it was entertaining ultimately, like Tenet.
Yeah, to all the listeners who skipped to the end for the scores, welcome. You missed a great pod.
So sorry.
Holy smokes. 2.0. It was fine. I pretty much really dislike... I'm really disliking this whole self-aware movie thing. Time to see an actual movie. I don't want them to tell me I'm watching a movie. Look, pal, I know I'm watching a movie. You don't gotta tell me.
You shouldn't.
That's it.
Okay. Beginning of the movie... The first sequence, good. Everything else, basically agree. It wasn't funny enough. It wasn't scary enough. It wasn't good enough, but it wasn't boring. But it was pretty annoying, and overall, like, it just seemed... There's something weird about, like, making a really good first sequence and then implying that you're above it with the rest of the film. And you really fall flat. You would have been so much better off just making that movie.
Yeah.
Although maybe not, in terms of making money.
He made a lot of money.
He made a lot of money, and it probably wouldn't have. So,
well, dude,
there's that.
Dude.
Oh, sorry. Did you?
No, go ahead.
Wait, John, you're at the top of the list. I think you already went.
Don't be
clogged. Anyway, this movie basically not good, and I thought I like it. Oh, wait. Something's coming to me. Oh, I had such a good... Oh, yeah. Yeah, it wants to do too many things, and it thinks it's going to layer, I think. I'm sort of opposed to John a little bit in this way. I think it was meant to be this layered manifesto where it's both scary and at the same time meta and at the same time kind of funny. And it thinks that it's the greatest film in the world and it's going to layer everything perfectly and come in line with God's thoughts himself as if it's House that Jack built, when in reality it's Scream 1996 and it fails and each element detracts from the rest, and so it just falls flat. I'm giving this movie a 1.
Whoa.
Holy.
What the fuck, dude? You're actually so stupid.
This is easily my least favorite we've seen.
Dude,
actually, hold on.
As Poison.
Let me see what I gave Poison. I gave Poison a 1.
Poison's a 1.
I gave Poison a 1. I'm gonna give this a 1.1 because it's better than Poison.
Look.
Yeah.
Let me just wait. I want to say something because you said that
more like box office Poison. Norm, rest in peace.
Anyways, what you're saying before about I know we already did final thoughts, but this is final thoughts. This is the epilogue.
It's fittingly meta.
It's fittingly meta.
Let's talk about the podcast.
Okay, so what you're saying about the whole
I have a stomach ache.
comedy or no. Okay, about it trying to be a little bit of everything. How I disagree with this. If it is trying to be a little bit of everything, which what I was saying with the whole TV sequence where the reporter says that her mom was raped and stuff. All that stuff, it is trying to be a bit of everything, but they are so like either diluted or just the movie does not commit to any of them at all at any point in such a way to make any of them effective. And so that it kind of defaults on, and what I'm talking about it being a comedy for most of the movie is when it is being scary or serious, they cannot help but also be like, it's also funny. And because of that, it makes the stuff that is going on that could be serious just funny. And so I feel like, I don't know, I maybe I'm giving them too much credit by saying that it's supposed to be like funny, because I mean, like the whole thing is supposed to just be mostly funny. Because if they really are trying to do the serious thing, then that means it's really bad, like much worse.
So you wanted to clarify that you agree with me 100%.
No,
I think.
I mean, I think I
except for the part where I imply we disagree.
Well, I agree with John.
Well, I agree with Troy.
Oh, ooh. Okay.
A little Civil War action going on here.
And Brody agrees with Steven.
You guys are the South.
And I agree. I agree.
South will rise again, boys.
Okay.
Wow. So we got stuff. We got stuff coming. Shout out to Czech Republic. We love you guys.
Shout out to Peter Miller once again.
Shout
we
out to
appreciate
Peter
you,
Miller.
Peter.
Appreciate Peter Miller.
We need to on this video. We're gonna tag him, right? Like in the comments.
We're gonna put a link to. We're
That'd
gonna
be
put a
so
link
funny.
to
Maybe we
his
should.
his comment. That
At what point would we have to grow? Like, how much would we have to grow? This is a legitimate question to everyone here.
For what to happen?
I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow it up.
Okay.
For you to post on social media about the podcast.
On my real social media?
Yeah.
Significantly.
Like how much? Like
I don't know.
Literally, we have to be making a career out of it. Or
No, but like I'd say like.
Wait, do we not?
Wait, you guys aren't making
well,
money.
wait, Brody didn't send you
you
your
guys
check
aren't getting
yet.
part of the cut.
By the way, we
Brody sent
did
my
want
check.
to inform any listeners that how lucrative podcasting is. We have been making over $300 per video so far, which isn't much, but that's how lucrative it is. You should also.
Well, you should mention it's $300 per second.
It's a new
per
medium.
video. That's why we make it
it's
so
a new
long.
medium. Everybody
Well,
got
yeah.
tired of watching TV shows and they wanted something long form. And so back when
Right.
Netflix started, everybody got into Breaking
So
Bad.
then
since the
then the
pandemic.
girl came out of the dark corner and she said, "Have you guys listened to Come Town?" And then everyone in the room immediately stopped listening to me and started listening to her and her suggestion for Come Town.
Everyone stopped listening
said-
to my podcast and started listening
She,
to Come Down.
she said Nick Mullen does a really funny impression of some people. You should check him out. And you should check him out.
Wait, to answer your question, Steven, I'd say if we had like a steady audience of over 10,000,
Yeah.
and even then,
What?
I'd still
That's a lot.
be on edge, dude. I'd
It is worth being on
be
edge.
edging. Like, it's worth being
Especially
on
with the
edge.
takes I just
Yeah,
done.
especially with this episode.
A steady audience of 10,000. That's
Maybe-
like 1% tier.
Maybe this one should go on Patreon.
You're right. We need to make this
It's
even more exclusive. It's already exclusive just by virtue of being hard to locate.
Yeah, 'cause our stupid ass name.
we really
No one's-
did ourselves
no one's
a
ever-
favor with this one.
When you search our name, it autocorrects to like it says like show
Yeah,
results for something
yeah,
else. You know,
yeah.
you have to say no, I meant it.
Dude,
Yeah,
We
maybe
just have to
should-
do
we could
targeted
do a
ads.
name
we're at
change.
114
We could do a name change
views.
one day.
That's insane.
We could do a name change, but it'd have to be really good because I really like this name.
Yeah, this name is great.
I hope I'm not
I like
alone.
our logo too.
Well, I mean, it's a fine name. I don't have significant attachment to the name, but
Maybe we'll change.
I do
if we
agree
get
that
big.
if we change the name, it has to be to something crazy good in order to warrant a change.
Yeah.
Because I do enjoy having the name we have now, simply that it's ours. You know.
Yeah, it's extremely unique.
Yeah.
It's too unique, is what we're saying. We should have made our name pure gibberish, like no consonants or only consonants, no vowels, and it's
It
like
should just
Like,
be
like a
characters.
James
like-
Joyce novel.
Yeah, it should just be a string of like 20 numbers.
Dude, I can't believe he wrote a whole book without using any vowels.
Yeah.
All right, we've got things in the pipeline.
God, Brody, I mean, unnamed editor. That could you send an email to the unnamed editor? Because I bet he
Yeah.
already knows, or he's already starting to think about, because this is being broadcasted to him live. He's not getting our audio.
Wait, using what software? OBS?
Well, he goes by Z. That's his like code name.
Yeah, like
Z is getting our stuff and is already thinking about what he's going to use for the thumbnail, not the thumbnail, the intro, the first the eye catcher.
I already know.
And oh my gosh, is it going to be crazy to sort?
I already know what it's going to be.
Wait,
crazy.
You
should say what you think it's going to be.
I think it's going to be yellow sweater top.
No, that is the most underwhelming.
Wait, with the yellow sweater top dimes thing?
Not a bad prediction.
Is that what you're talking about? When she's got the dimes?
He said diamonds.
When she's got like
20 cents?
Yeah.
Dude, we gotta wrap this up.
Okay. We've
All
got
right,
stuff
so
in the
final
pipeline.
thoughts.
Okay, comment.
I wasn't recording anything. God damn it.
Comment who you think is the most right. And for the record, Steven wins this episode.
Yeah, Steven
Give
took
it
the
the high
W
Steven won.
Steven takes the dub.
for the best takes and most eloquently said things. Most
I did have a lot of crazy good points.
Insight into human nature. All right.
Best insights.
It takes a psycho to know a psycho.
You guys didn't understand this movie because you're not a
bye.
sociopath.
Okay.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Dude, mine is actually gonna be loud this time. I'm looking at the waveform right now. It looks huge.
Troy did a little bit of an evil by talking right before it, which does suck.
Which does. All right.
We're gonna do a remix.
Yeah.
Tiesto remix. Avicii R.I.P.
TS.
We have a recording on.
We love Tiesto.
Do you
We're
remember
recording on
that? What was
two.
Avicii's most famous song? Levels.
Yeah,
It was.
yeah, Levels.
Yeah,
and how did
Levels.
it go though?
Like,
You're right. There you go.
All right.
I forgot about it until now.
Are we ready? Are we ready?
Yeah, I think we're ready.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Make
Does
sure
anyone
nobody,
else want to do it?
make sure when we're doing this whole audio, by the way, I've turned everyone down a little bit.
Oh,
I don't know if
yeah.
it's only ever
Good
me.
Oh
reminder.
yeah, let me do
Reminder,
that.
yeah.
Good reminder.
Yeah.
Did everyone talk?
All right, everyone
Low.
Yeah,
low.
okay.
Troy maybe like 0.
Oh man. Does anyone else want to do the and or something of their own?
No.
You always do
All
that
right.
when you don't like the
Yeah,
film.
oh, I
That's
know.
not
Oh,
true.
can somebody
I
else
always
do
do
it?
it. I
And then you
always do
just
it.
make fun of
It
whoever
is a
does
little
it.
bit.
Oh, that's
true.
true. I really mugged you that one time.
Yeah.